You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
What's your plan, Senator?
Are we all listening?
Yes.
I'm not here to put the final nails into your coffin, Congressman. I'm here to save you from yourself.
Don't you think the dominoes have already started to fall?
They may be teetering on the edge, but they haven't yet gone over.
What do you need him to do?
Continue with the campaign.
What about the cell phone?
Let's say it may never be found.
Provided that I run?
If you don't run, it may at some point come to light. And without the powers of the highest office in the land to defend you, you may not only lose your chance at the White House, you may lose everything. The 3 strikes and you're out rule doesn't apply in cases of homicide. You see that while you answered the phone publicly for all to hear, talking about the quality of your speech, I know that what he was really saying was that he was going to go to the police and tell all. Who knows whose contact details are contained within that phone? Even in death, he could end up looking like the connection between some very unsavory characters. And you.
He had been drinking. He was incoherent. I had no involvement in his death.
Or me?
Or me.
And yet, you will all be seen as guilty by suspicion.
No one will ever be able to make that stick.
Oh, yes, she will. Once it turns out that the congressman spoke to Tommy just before his death, nothing any of us say will ever be listened to. The version in the media will be that we are all responsible. We drove him to it, and the press will then start to dig.
Tommy, what can I do for you? Did you see the speech? It went well. It was a knockout, Tommy. You should be proud.
I saw it. Bodies everywhere. That village. We armed them.
It was a good speech last night, and it was still a good speech even in the cold light of this morning. Listen, this will vitalize the campaign. Labour will love it. It spoke to the people, Tommy.
We have to stop. Please, stop.
We have to connect with Middle America. Washington seems a long way away, too distant to the average person's life. We have to stop even more jobs going to Mexico.
We put the guns in their hands. I'm going to Mexico. Going south.
I told you before, Tommy. This is what millions of ordinary Americans want to hear. It's also what the party wants to hear.
I used to think, to believe, that we were doing the right thing.
Tommy, I know you're concerned. I understand. I feel it too. But this is right, and its time has come.
Well, look what you got me into.
I'm taking the nomination, and it's the right time to say what needs saying.
This has to end.
I know Wall Street is going to have its concerns. I'm concerned. But I'm concerned as to what's going on in this country of ours.
This can't go on.
I'm telling you, Tommy, and I spell it out, that we are facing a problem. Hell, it's more than a problem. It's a disgrace.
I believe in right and wrong.
We got 50 million on food stamps. 8% have been left kicking their heels. The 1% have almost everything else. And the rest of us are waiting to bail out those responsible for the current financial mess.
We have done so much that is wrong.
There has to be an alternative, Tommy, and there is, and I'm going to announce it.
Thou shalt not kill. That's what the Bible says.
Tommy, Tommy, listen to me and listen good. There is almost nothing that survives the media cycle. Nothing that truly matters in politics. But sticking to your word is one of them.
What about those that allow others to?
You know that when I finish, that this will be the central core of my domestic policy.
I saw the bodies, the arms. I'm so ashamed.
Well, I'm almost there. And when I am, the world is gonna know. You wrote a good speech, Tommy. It pains me you couldn't be here. But family issues are family issues. And you need to take care of those.
I'm going to the cops.
Like I said, Tommy, thank you for your call. You have a good night.
I believe in sin, in redemption, a prize.
Get some sleep.
No more sleep. I can't sleep anymore. A price must be paid.
Yes?
He doesn't listen to anything I say.
It's good you called me, Tommy. I'm listening, Tommy. I'm listening to everything you have to say. I want you to tell me everything. I want you to unburden yourself. Hold nothing back. Then I'll tell you what to do. How to make it right.
Well, the senator is right. I'm too old to start all over again. You leave politics, Congressman? What do I do then for a profession?
And Daddy's backers aren't exactly going to remove their claws now. They can't wait to see you in the Oval Office.
In politics, Congressman Doyle, the world only sees the figurehead making the speeches. They never see all the people that make it all happen. We'll make it happen for you.
And if I defy your call to arms? If I tell you, no, I do not wish to go from being in one man's pocket to being the puppet of several others.
Sharks only drown when they stop swimming, Harrison. Don't stop. We'll tell you when it's over.
If I don't continue with the campaign.
Then a recording of your conversation from an hour ago when he told you his intention, and to cover your fear, you answered, "The speech is fine," because you knew you were being overheard, will come to light.
As well as certain hotel footage finding its way onto the internet?
Then you really will need a new wife. Nicole and the kids won't stay after that.
You've all been working together all this time. I never guessed.
We can change America.
You will be a great president. And Daddy is looking forward to having another quiet chat with you. He thinks he pays far too much tax. After all, he pays almost as much as his cleaners. The tax code is so complicated. He wonders if you could simplify it a little. I mean, of course, a lot.
What's in this for you, Terry Ann?
On Saturday, you will announce me as your running mate.
I bet Carlton thinks you've turned up to argue for him.
Old men believe what they want to.
You want to be VP? Have you learned nothing? You too will end up in the same position as me. Damned if you do, damned whatever you do.
Do you accept, Mr. President?
Only someone as compromised as me would have someone like you as their deputy. That's why you came here tonight, because no one else would take you on.
Those on Wall Street have to know you will be their guy. The smart politician will tell them that he was, but with you in office, they will know that it is their man, serving in the national interest.
You're crazy to want to walk this path with me, Terry Ann. How do you know I won't try and get myself out of this Faustian pact a second time?
Oh, I'm not concerned about that, Harrison. After all, during this campaign, your loyal team will be with you every step of the way, keeping you wrapped firmly within the Stars and Stripes.
In Stars and Stripes, Katie Williams was Terry Ann Baker, Mark Hill was Harrison Doyle, Susie Anker was Carrie Smith, and Geoffrey Morgan was Dan Rutherford. Artwork for the production was by Sheila Jackson, and the play was written and directed by John Fryer. Stars and Stripes is an audio production for Political Art.